My girl Belle took me straight to the top.
Why am I not surprised, Belle?
They weren't ready for it. You almost lost to a Ganon. You don't. That's the story of my life.
You're almost losing to a Ganon?
Almost losing the Ganon. Because if you, no matter who you are, you're always one hit away from almost losing to a Ganon. It's not fair.
Is Ganon really?
I'm just imagining, like, just milestone moments of your life, like graduating high school. You almost failed. It's just your teacher stamping an F on your paper. Doria!
Go to your job interview for your current job, and he's just waiting there behind the door, charging the kick, just waiting.
All right, let me open this door to the workshop. No! Pokemon had another little trailer thing. Showed off some new Dynamax forms, which are like the giant forms. Charizard looks fucking
so dumb.
I'm so
I
tired
hate
of
all
Pokemon.
of it. How y'all hitting 1,000 with all the humans and the Pokemon are just stinking up the joint. That coffin looks so dumb.
I like Dynamax Charizard. He looks pretty fucking
They
sick.
keep wheeling out Charizard.
And I'm okay with that.
I'm sick of it. Blastoise and Venusaur gets no kind of love. Char is always Charizard, and I'm sick of it.
It's because Charizard, man.
Yeah. Charizard the best.
He's not the best.
He is the best.
Charizard the best.
He's not.
But
He is.
So they showed off a bunch of different Dynamax forms, and they have ones for the Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. And I just love the fact that Let's Go Pikachu's Dynamax form is just original fat Pikachu.
Seriously,
It's
amazing.
all it is.
Can we talk about Meowths, though?
I hate it. It looks so stupid.
Long cat.
I hate it.
Very long cat.
Yeah.
Like, Pikachu's like, oh, okay, that's a cute callback. Meowth. Wait, guys, what the fuck?
That's that was the drugs finally kicking in. Like, they had some good designs, and then, like, at the peak of the creative portion of their high, they made Sirfetch'd, who's amazing, and then then they lost the buzz, and Dynamax Meowth came out of it. Robert Downey Jr.'s Doolittle.
Oh, did you see
The accent is the thing.
Uh-huh.
the Reddit stuff?
No.
Wait, what?
The Reddit stuff surrounding Doolittle. There was a dude that was working on a production company, and he just started releasing information. So the director was a piece of that clearly was out of his league and did not know what he was doing and micromanaging everything. So they would be shooting for the day, and the people would go, so where are the animals going to be placed? Because we need to know where Downey's going to be standing so we can place the animals there in post. And he goes, we'll figure it out. Just get this shot of shooting.
Hmm.
And there's like 5 stories of that.
Interesting.
We'll feel it out. Great.
The dude ended it with, I don't know who the production company is that they brought in, but if they can make it even watchable, they all deserve a raise. So he's thinking this is gonna be a dumpster fire.
Interesting.
I'd believe it, which would be very sad for Downey. I feel like he'd just kind of be annoyed.
Who cares? He doesn't care.
He doesn't.
Need it. This dude is doing. This is a passion project out there. Yeah. He's just like, whatever. Freaking dog movie, polar bear. Let's rock it. Yeah, he don't need this.
He's set for life.
Oh yeah, he's done. He's 100% done.
If they just go, this guy's eating 5 devil fruits, nobody wants to see that. Because it's such a drop from the Oda quality.
You say that.
You say that, BG. We got Jinbei fans out there.
You have Jinbei stands out there. people who stand
Everybody
Jinbei.
wants to see SS5 Goku.
Everybody's waiting for that next one.
I think people just want Super Saiyan 4 back.
Oh, definitely. It's the best form. It's the best form.
It's the best form.
On that note, you guys just put out the first episode of a new Revisited.
Oh, it was so fun. It
Was it,
wasn't
DA?
fun at all.
Was it?
I got so angry, and I'm like, I hate feeling this way. Then I just got drained of energy. I'm like, well, at least I know that I'm not a murderer or anything. It's like, all right, take me in, officer. I did it. Because I just got drained for like 5 minutes. I'm like, I gotta keep the energy up, and I'm just like, oh, BG, go on a huge rant. And BG's like, well, that sucks. Pause, look at me. I'm like, I'm done.
Oh no.
Take the ball, BG.
Oh no. No, sir.
You
Because
dribbling the rest of this shot clock out, my friend.
The issue with that was you went 4.5 minutes. We played about 20 seconds. I went for maybe 40 seconds, and then you jumped right back in. So I'm like, oh, he's got more in him. And then for the beginning of part 2, you go on another rant.
Oh,
And then you just, for like 5 minutes, go, yeah, I don't know. And I'm like, oh, he threw.
Oh, he used it all up. He got nothing left.
He threw it all
I'm
at the
not
spirit
an
bomb and still
I'm
had
not an
14
angry
episodes to
person.
go.
But this dude was talking all this hot nonsense.
Yeah, it was terrible.
And I just exploded like 3 times. And then I just went. And it wasn't like fun. Genlock sucks. Oh my goodness. This was like, dude, you're doing stuff that legitimately pisses me off.
He was so mad.
Did y'all see that updated Sonic?
yes.
I was gonna
Oh.
get to that after this.
Okay.
We stand with movies.
Alright. Yes. He looks so much better.
Look good.
Oh, what
It
happened,
looks
EA?
big good.
You were the
Oh,
one
no,
talking about
no. I said it looked fine. Now I'm
Uh-huh.
saying it looks good.
Bruh.
I never said that looked good.
Bruh.
I was on the fine train.
That train was a crashing because he wasn't fine.
Yeah.
He wasn't okay.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah, that's why I was gonna make a joke about what you said a little while ago, but I was like, Mike's ramping up for the intro,
but
so
normally he goes, all right, let's get this show
I-
on zero or some dumb German accent or something like that, just to fill the silence.
I
But
kind
he
of
didn't
did.
this time.
I kinda
As soon as
did.
As soon as I said that, I was just like, wait a second. I looked at the time like, oh no.
And you didn't stop. You just kind of you had that thought and you continued your sentence.
I mean, he was already there. What was he gonna do now?
Oh well. Hello everyone, welcome back to the Podcast of Stuff, episode 217. Yes, there is text on screen now, Triton. Added chat and stuff and a few other things to the screen. Yeah, in the event we get like followers or anything, like I actually have alerts and stuff showing now. So, hey, more cool stuff for the stream. I'm learning.
It only took 8 years.
Yeah, you know. Now that people are actually like there's people actually watching, I'm like, "Oh shit, we should probably
Actually do something with it instead
Yes.
of just talking to this empty space of us.
Correct. Very correct.
DA, what were you trying to say before you were so rudely interrupted by Mike?
Interrupted by
Yes,
time.
I'm sorry.
What we never talked about, and I've been meaning, we never talked about. Did we? Did we talk about the whole Sony shutting down the PS Store?
We didn't really.
Like,
I think we may have mentioned it, but we didn't talk about the aftermath.
I mean, it's back up, so they
Yeah.
said nah.
To run back, to
Yep,
back down.
They pulled a Microsoft.
They saw that money coming in and just went, "Skirk, hold up, Yui."
Yeah.
So, end of that discussion. That was worth cutting into the intro for.
No, I have more stuff to talk about. I didn't know we were going into it.
You know, it was just the time for the podcast, and you know,
As always.
That was one of those things where we're just like, hey, hold on. I'm here, first of all right? I'm a little loopy right now because I'm on some drugs again. But I'm here, and I was talking as we do, and I stuffed the time because again there was no lead up. That's all.
He said, "All right," in the finality tone, as in, "Here we go."
Yeah, that's not enough. That's not his.
That's
normal.
not enough for you.
That's not his normal. Is that his normal?
He does it all the time.
No, that's not his normal.
I wish we would have recorded it beforehand so I could show you.
No, that's not his normal. His normal is
I love.
Usually, all right, let's get this show.
I feel like this is the second time today. Granted, you know, it was a previous recording for you guys who are visited, but I forget what the exact argument was, but DA
Perfect character.
Yeah, where it's like that's not enough. DA said that's not enough.
Well, maybe it wasn't perfect character.
It was.
Yeah, this wasn't a good episode. It wasn't terrible though.
It was just a.
It was just kind of.
It was just a weird argument.
He wasn't saying anything.
It was, here are generic anime protagonist traits, and this is why Natsu is cool.
Okay. Clap, clap.
Yep.
-8, I guess.
So, like, he wasn't wrong.
No.
They were all
it's just
things.
the things he said applied to almost every other character in history.
Like, the only one, because, like, you guys were trying to think of characters that, like, didn't have flaws, and I was, I was just sitting there trying to think of one, but, like, one where, like, his flaws aren't outward facing, and this is using a very loose term of protagonist, because he's more of an antagonist, but, like, my first thought was Light Yagami. Like, he's arrogant and what have you, and evil and yada yada that, but, like, in terms of just, like, what you would, the flaws that you guys were kind of looking for, I'm like, huh, maybe, no.
But even Light is arrogant to a flaw, because once that L thing came on TV to a flaw, once that L thing came on TV, he immediately just went, let me kill him right here. And
yeah, it wasn't a bad guy or anything. It was just like, somebody could have came up to me and hurt what I was trying to do, so let me snuff him out real quick right now.
On live TV, not a bullet, not poison or anything, just like this magic thing. Let me just show my abilities. He's arrogant to a fault. So that is absolutely a flaw, because that's what gets him screwed over multiple times. Even at the end where he's just like, yeah, I'm Light. I'm Kira. What of it? Y'all about to die. Oh no.
I just remembered he was in Jump Force.
He was unplayable.
He was so out of place.
Triton Jordo is the one I named. I've got no faults for that man. No
Ray?
flaws whatsoever. Ray, I could probably think of some faults.
I could too.
I don't care enough about Star Wars to think about it right now.
Yep.
But give me like 4 minutes and I could go, oh yeah, this.
Yeah.
Too optimistic.
No.
Like, she kept trying to see the, well, I mean, I guess it ended up panning out.
Yeah, no.
that was my mistake in the episode. Just like, crap, that was.
Yeah. All right. So, as always, weekly reminders. Black Lives Matter. Stop Asian hate. Keep wearing your fucking masks. Last
think we have to do
shot
any of those.
tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
My last shot is tomorrow.
Last shot to kill a black dude before the end of April. What are you saying? I don't know where you're going here with this. You're a monster.
I'll just, I'll leave that to your interpretation. That's no, last COVID shot, my second one. So Tuesday, I'm just going to not be available in any capacity.
Ugh.
I heard that second one's a bit rough.
Yes.
Punch to the gut.
Yeah, I had the day after my first shot, I had like a tiny fever and like a headache and just kind of general crappiness. And considering a common cold will knock me out for like a week and a half, it's gonna suck. So yeah,
I heard for the second one, it's just like never stop drinking water.
Yeah.
Just
like
IV it into yourself, and that'll help.
I just hear it's basically gonna be like a mini COVID, and you're gonna sleep. Like that's what I've heard too. Like, I mean, there's differences, but like a lot of people are just like, you are just tired. You are just immeasurably tired after that second one. So yeah, I'm just 2 weeks from now, boy, I'm gonna go get myself a haircut. Can't fucking wait. I hate my hair right now. There's just
like you kept that fugly slug on the top of your lip for so long.
Yeah, I liked that.
Slug.
You liked that,
Yes.
but you not. What's your hair doing?
So, just because, like, I've been shaving the sides, buzzing the sides, and, like, that's fine. But it's just the top has grown so long now that it's basically getting to Skrillex levels. And
Oh, you're entering that emo phase. That's not
Oh,
like you
yeah.
see anybody.
That's
so.
what I was about to say. Who you
It's
trying to look good for?
it's not a matter of looking good, it's the hair is annoying. Like, I'm trying to do things, like, if I want to do anything where it's just like, I'm moving around, yard work, stuff inside the house, I have to wear a hat because my hair just gets in the way all the damn time. Just how it's...
Why
how
didn't you just buzz cut that shit?
Or do a samurai and do a top knot. Make
At
it
least
very
how the hair is styled, that wouldn't work, believe me.
How about you style it a different way?
Coward.
But it's 2 weeks, and then finally go to the barber for the first time in 8 months.
Shoot the whoop for you.
Yeah, my first shot is next Friday. There's a right up the street where I'm just like, yeah, cool.
Yeah, just about everywhere it's like stuff is opening up now. Like, in terms of it's not as hard to get one.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if you're willing to travel a bit. Like, I got mine a little earlier just because I went an hour north of Columbus. And but I think there's stuff locally now. Yeah, honestly, the best places to look is Trump country because none of them are getting vaccines.
They're just sitting there.
Which sucks, but hey, at least there's availability for the people that do. But yeah. You got the people that are literally going... no, wait, I mentioned this last week, the person that went in and was asking about the microchips. I mentioned that last week.
Yeah.
My God, I remembered something. Was that a clap?
Oh no, I'm unclasping and reclasping my tablet because I need to finish Samurai 8 today.
Oh, okay.
Why?
I'm not coming back to it. That's why.
It's that good, honey.
If I don't-
you wanna experience the masterpiece here and now, you need to know the epic end of the story for what was the main character's name?
Oh,
Hachimaru.
Hachimaru. It was 8. All right, I got
that's
it now.
quite the protagonist name.
It's not.
Yeah, I know.
How you? What do you?
Sarcasm.
What's your general impressions?
I don't think it's terrible. I just think it's wholly uninteresting and is an info dump the likes of which I have never seen.
That's what makes it terrible for me.
You know what? You might be right.
Because it It is so ambitious, and it's just a hamster on a wheel going nowhere, doing nothing.
Hamster think it's going for that gold medal, but it's just straight on a wheel.
It is just nothing. By chapter 15, he's already like the chosen one of just like, you are the key that will either destroy the universe or make it infinitely better. He's talking to gods constantly.
100% a possibility right there.
Now, the talking to gods things, I'm forgiving, only because it was late game. They were like, we need to wrap this up because they're canceling us. So let's just do everything we were ever gonna do right now in this info dump chapter and then speed towards that end.
And I don't know if you're there yet, but there was like a moment where they went into his mind and just go, okay, here's all the stuff that you can spec into, and here's like, this is a hard progression that he can do. And you go, oh, now he learned this and he can. That's good stuff.
Dude, that's exactly what I was thinking. If the entire series was that, if it started out before all these key holders and all this philosophical bullshit, where it was just like, you're now a samurai. This is where your stats are. You can do this to train up this. You can do this to train up this. So you can pick and choose and work towards abilities that you unlock.
Yeah.
Instead of just
going. You need this amount of abilities to do this move, and right now you're here, so you need to try. I was like, that's some good hard progression number go up stuff. And number go up stuff is pretty good. That's what made My Hero like really good. It was like, oh, 5%. I wonder what happens when he's gonna double that, and then double it. It's RPG stuff of number going up, and that was a really good concept that they introduced for a chapter and never returned to.
I remember how like excited.
Mike, you need to mod Streamlabs, by the way.
Yeah, I know. Already did.
Okay.
At least I thought I did.
Keep going.
I remember how excited and like hyped I was when Deku showed 8%. Like that was so awesome. 3% increase. We're just like, yeah.
Yeah, and you know why it was good? Because you see him in his room working out his hands, constantly lifting stuff. He's always working towards getting his body up to handle that type of shit. Yeah. And this is why I hate the Mafia arc. All that progression goes out the window to go 100% forever because you could just fix me.
I wasn't mad about.
I was big mad.
Just because it was more or less, and this is before all of the new quirk crap, it's like, okay, this is just a preview. Like, this is...
But couldn't you say Muscle was a preview?
No, just because... No, just because he was still ruining his body. Like, to me, it's just like, okay, this is a preview of the peak, potentially. But he still has to work towards it.
Nope. No, thank you. Because why wouldn't Eri be there?
Why wouldn't Eri? Huh?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Why wouldn't she be there? No, in the future. Like, if she learns how to do her thing, why wouldn't she be there?
Yeah, that was just a bit of a... You just went...
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yeah. In the future, when she learns her ability, why wouldn't she be there to help with that type of stuff?
Yeah.
Why isn't she there now?
Yeah, they wrote a way around it, but they also gave him like 50% of his power off screen. So
yeah. That's a separate discussion, though.
What a terrible... God, I hate My Hero.
It's really bad. Luckily, this chapter was fairly nothing.
Yeah, it was a big nothing burger.
Correct.
This was literally nothing. I don't remember what happened. He talked to his inner dude again a little bit more. Some more exposition.
We know one of them was to start where like he reached out his hand. It's some deep, important stuff, DA. I can't... Why would you say it was nothing?
It's a parallel between what Deku is trying to do right now for Shigaraki and save because it's the because it also that's how it started by trying to save your arch nemesis. So why wouldn't it end by trying to save your arch nemesis? It's like poetry. It rhymes.
Exactly. How dare you defile the poetry that is My Hero Academia, good sir?
Dude, I've seen on Twitter people putting up the colors, coloring in, where they're all behind them. This is all the past users and Deku eating his little sandwich. And I'm just thinking of like, what are they coloring in One Piece? Oh, Luffy and Kaido. My bad.
Also, I'm pissed. You literally said my joke before I said the joke. I was gonna make a poetry joke. And you was like, I'm like, okay, wait for him to stop. Wait for him. Fuck you! You stepped on my toe.
It'd be like that sometimes.
Speaking of poetry, did you guys see what Snyder wanted to name Bats v Soups?
Now,
unbelievable.
Now, hold on.
No, let's hear this.
To be the most fair.
No, let's not.
To be the most fair.
No, he needs all the scrutiny. We need to be 0%.
Reading the article, the title is a bit sensationalized. That's what I'll say about that. Snyder said the title they were coming up with were so ridiculous. So I thought, if you're just going to do something ridiculous, can't it at least be kind of cool like this? And then he chuckled afterwards to be like, no, that's not cool. It's also lame.
No.
Now, that's just being the most fair in my interpretation of what he said. But it is very more likely that he is indeed the bum that we always thought he was. And he thought Son of Sun and Night of Night was a good title.
There's no way that somebody could come up off the cuff with something like that.
It's really bad.
That has multiple meanings in both the parallels of sun and night, and within the sun and night. There's no way that he could come up with that off the cuff. He prepared that. That was on the list.
It was on deck.
So it's just like, oh, you wouldn't want to go out with me, would you? No, that'd be silly, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it?
Like that name.
Just maybe, just like, no, that's not too silly. You go, oh, well, we're really? No. That's we know what was going on there.
That name is on a similar list to We Make Naruto AMVs. Like,
no, because at least that.
Of course, he's the one to defend it.
You gotta stop. You gotta stop trying to defend yourself.
How can I even defend myself when I didn't even remember that? If you had never told me that, I would have never in my life remembered I thought of that.
Oh boy. All right. So.
But again, this is I am gonna defend it though.
Don't
listen to me. Just listen to me. I'm only defending
the arguments before.
I'm only defending it in the scope of this Zack Snyder thing.
You are dying on an anthill where the ants are biting you.
And it'll be that way. So, if you look at something like We Make Naruto AMVs, off rip, it tells you what the channel is about. Hold on. Son of Sun and Night of Night tells you nothing unless you already know what it's about.
That's
Triton, the only thing.
Thank you. Triton, thank you.
We started out making Naruto AMVs. That's why Triton. Shut up! I'm not gonna be triple teamed on this one. It made sense based on what we were.
This could have been a 4-way if Ralph was here. No, you can't defend.
I am defending. I'm only defending it in the scope of this Zack Snyder thing.
Literally every time you should just roll over and show your belly, just like big whoops. There was this.
It wasn't a lame title, Triton. It was gonna be our YouTube channel.
This happened a while ago. There was a hashtag called why I stayed. And it was about women being abused and like why I stayed for the children, I stayed for whatever.
And then I think it was DiGiorno's came in. It was just like I stayed because they had pizza, and it was just some marketing man just like it's a hashtag, it's fine. And then like for the rest of the day, every single tweet was just like I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. We didn't realize it was just a relentless barrage, and that's what you should be doing. Just. Yes, I understand.
I do understand.
Apologies.
I do apologize. But it's not as terrible as Son of Sun and Night and Night if you're looking at it from a purely like marketing recognizable thing.
Anytime you say "but" in terms of this argument, I just want a soldier ant to come up and bite you in the ass and be like, "Oh yes, no, this is wrong." But ow, no, wait.
Hitler wasn't a bad. Hitler was a bad guy, but
ow, that should be another bite.
Whoa, it was all day, dude. I gotta read that. Oh my god,
there is no excuse for this.
Look at all these, dude. It's like 40 tweets of just like, oh god, we're so sorry.
Oh, man. Okay. So, bunch of different news things happened. Let's start off with this title. Wait, this title?
Naruto AMVs.
Oh.
Disagree.
So,
hey, how about this?
Mm-hmm.
If you were looking at YouTube channels and you saw that, what would you think we did? Thank you. If you saw Son of Sun and Night and Night, what would you think that movie was?
But then
exactly.
What happened?
No, you're going butt, right? Bite him in the butt, somebody. How about that? I win. Move on.
You have to think about it. Like our fourth video where it was not a Naruto video.
Wait, sure wasn't. We were already away from it.
Dude, you gotta think about it like that.
I want that voice bit out of context. Bite him in the butt, someone! Moving on!
I win, moving on.
Oh, boy. Oh, man. I teared up there. Woo. Okay. So, let's talk the Mortal Kombat movie.
That silence was all that needed to be said about it.
I was still recovering. Yeah,
this was okay.
This was an okay movie.
I thought it was pretty good.
I don't know if this is a character.
No.
Okay.
I'm not saying that it's like amazing or anything, but it hit all the beats that it needed to. There wasn't anything out. There wasn't too much like this is bad.
Mm-hmm.
But there were a lot of. You don't need. There were 3 instances of fatality, flawless. You don't need that.
Yeah, one line was 80 yards so hard by Liu Kang. I'm just like, I know you're just saying fatality in a booth somewhere.
You have 1, and Kano can do it because Kano's that dude.
Yeah,
you don't need 3.
Kano was that dude in that movie.
Kano was amazing. I'm like, give me, because as soon as it was just like they had their whole marking of just like you want to take it, I'm like, she's gonna kill him. But I'm like, give him a prequel, give him a sequel, give him something, because that dude was absolute money.
5-star money.
He was great.
He elevated the movie. Kung Lao's interest was one of the coolest entrances I've seen.
I really liked that.
Mm-hmm.
That was really good.
Yeah, for the most part though, I felt it was a fairly mediocre action movie. Like even the fights, there's only 2 fights I would even kind of want to revisit, and that would be both of them Sub-Zero, funny enough. Sub-Zero and Jackson, Sub-Zero and Scorpion.
And basically, to me, the things that were just like good all around in this movie, basically for their entire things: Sub-Zero, Scorpion, Kano, and Kung Lao. Sorry, Kung Lao as well. Like those 4 characters, just about everything that they did in this movie was very, 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 very good.
Cole was a complete drag.
Oh,
Milton
boy.
That was a mistake. It's like he is just, I need to get back to my family. I need to protect my family. It's just family plot. And that is
So where I thought,
uninteresting.
by the way, spoilers. Where I thought this was going, well, because he kept having those flash like vision nightmares of Scorpion in hell, of Hanzo in hell. My thought was he was going to get possessed.
Which would have made a lot more sense.
Yes, because what the fuck did those dreams mean?
Yeah, why was he even being haunted by it?
Like, it's okay, yeah, you're his ancestor. Okay. So he's trying to come back through the bloodline? Is that what's going on? Nope, he just appears. And helps. So, like, anything that I could, like, even think of being important of this character, Cole, is just not.
I felt like I would have been fine if they were just gonna rewrite the characters in this way anyway. I would have been fine with Takeda being Scorpion's ancestor instead of his student, and just at least we have
just to have another name in there, because that's something as opposed to just this dude. And then once he gets his power, you can go, okay, I know what his power is, opposed to this Black Panther redirecting energy suit thing that he got. That is just really dumb.
Yeah, I don't even. It's somebody said it on Twitter. It's literal plot armor. Like, it was armor based on the plot. So
what were they called
Cole
again?
Was just a zero.
Arcanas.
I like that concept.
It's cool,
the
but they
itself is fine.
Yes, but Jax.
Jax was the worst.
Just
because thinking of it like that means that no matter what, his arms were always gonna be that. Because that's what his Arcana would be, right?
Mm-hmm.
How does that make sense?
Yeah.
And another thing I was talking about, how are Arcanas gotten? Not the mark itself, but the power within. How do you get it? Is it anger? Is it pain?
It seems almost very It's very Super Saiyan in the vaguity of it. First, it's like, oh, you gotta be angry,
At least
and then
Saiyans, you can go, yeah, okay. Saiyans are straight up. You gotta be angry enough. Something's gotta snap in you. You gotta be angry enough.
But then it
Jax wasn't angry.
But then it turned into a tingly feeling on the back of your neck.
Let's look at the 4 examples that we got in the movie. We got Jax trying to lift the boulders.
Mm-hmm.
We got Liu Kang and his kitty diddler.
Yeah.
We got Save My Family, and we got Kano getting mad with the eye laser.
Yep.
We got Desperation. We got a Revenge. We got Save My Family, and we got Anger.
Love and anger, I guess.
Everything Save My Family.
I mean,
character trait, save my family. How did he unlock his powers?
And then Sonya just popped up and just like, it's like,
Yeah.
here it is.
And that Melina death was so weak.
Yes,
Mhm.
it was quite weak.
But I wish there was more Melina. Because I did enjoy the character portrayal, and I really loved her teleporting. See, this is what I wish there were less fights, but they were more substantive.
Mhm.
Because when you see Melina get hit, and then she's spinning, and she teleports, and she turns that spin into a spin kick using that momentum, and that's interesting stuff. I wish stuff like that was going on for a minute and a half, rather than this whole siege on their training temple that lasts for like 6 minutes, where we get like 13 mini fights that really don't mean anything in the long run.
Yeah.
And then the end fights are just like, I got a problem with Reiko, I gotta fight him. And that's like 25 seconds, Jax versus Reiko. Why should I care?
I love how, so the guy who played Reiko, that dude has been in so many movies, and he is just big angry dude. That man is like the epitome of typecast.
I mean, you're not asking a puzzle piece to be a car. The puzzle piece go into the puzzle slot. You know what I'm saying? We all got a role in this world.
Like the one movie that I can think of, I think it's One with Jet Li, where he's just like big, angry American wrestler. Again, does not. Go ahead.
They could have just got the dude to play Shang Tsung. He didn't do anything. All you need to do is just be an old Shang Tsung dude. Just get the same one from the original Mortal Kombat. People clap because he's awesome. You know, and I looked up the dude because I'm like, I know this guy's face, and he was Lao in The Dark Knight.
Okay.
And I'm like, that's he's
this
not intimidating at all.
This is what I would have liked. I would have liked if it was Corey in the beginning, and then when he sucked out Lao's soul, he became the younger version of himself.
That'd have been fine. But this dude, I'm just feeling nothing from this dude.
I was fine with him because there wasn't really anything they gave him. That's the problem with that. Raiden was a detriment.
He was terrible.
Just about everything surrounding him. The force field looked like a PlayStation 1 era graphic.
It looked like a force field in like an old BioWare game where it's just like, you can't come through here unless you hit that panel.
Yeah, it would burn.
It would burn.
And just about all, like, the eyes looked bad. Just about all the special effects around him were bad.
Yeah. When he put up the light, it was just like, all right, go home. That looked terrible.
Yeah, everything Raiden was just a show. Hey, I liked Goro. I liked his effect. He didn't need to be there, but I liked the way he looked. I liked his fight with Cole. It was pretty cool.
Well, when like
it was just a big monster, and you're just doing everything you can to stop the monster.
And he got the 4 arms and that gimmick. That was good. And then he broke his arm and he just sort of snapped it back. I'm like, yeah, it's good.
Goro was a fucking monster. I'm cool with him.
I understand that they wanted like a flying person just so they can get that hat fatality. Make it Devora. I love Devora.
I feel like they're gonna come back with Devora at some point though, so I don't want to kill her. Natara is one that's just like people know her, but you can get rid of her.
Fair.
Yeah, and you know Melina's got clones, so everybody, whatever. Cabal could come back as a Revenant, Quan Chi, whatever. But yeah, you don't want to do that with. So I understand it.
They could like, especially Kano. I could even see coming back, like, because she just stabbed him.
There's no way you can't have him come back.
He just stabbed him in the eye, so like, okay, there's where the cybernetics come in. Like,
I would legit be fine if Kano came back and killed Jax. And then Sonya's just like, I gotta go after that.
Well, I mean, it's just because Jax was another zero-sum character in this movie.
Zero-sum? hey, I'll fight him. Just protect your family. Go here, Sonya Blade. All right, here's my arms.
Shit.
And those weak punches on the punching bag. These arms don't work. Oh, terrible.
One of the things in this that really bothered me in this movie too was, okay, it's like they were going for the R rating. Understandable. With the fatalities and what have you. I hate, and this goes to the script writing too. I hate when they just throw in curses just to have curses. Like,
no.
I'm a relatively crass individual. I will use fuck as a flavor enhancer. A sentence enhancer now and again. But, like...
Kano's was absolutely justified.
Yeah, I will say Kano,
he's
justified. But everyone else was kind of... It just... There was so much emphasis, too, when they would swear, too. Just a lot of fuck! Just... And just, I don't know.
I think Sonya maybe, because she's just like, I'm just a person in this world of monsters. So
her, Jax, probably Cole had some too, but again, I don't.
Like I'm saying, I'm forgiving Sonya because it's a world where she's got no place and she's just there. Mm-hmm. So I'm fighting in Demon Woman. So I can understand that, dude. One of the hardest I laughed is when Liu Kang put his arm in Kano's shoulder and Kano just goes, I laughed so
I'm like, that had to be an improv line. He was just like, like right in the middle of his sentence.
It was so good. Kano was so good. And you know what? I take it back. There is one other fight I would visit, and that's Kano and Sonya in the room. Because if Sonya just using ingenuity in her house, and Kano's just trying to blast the shit out of her. Now, this is a part of the problem I have with the movie. They're just like, Sonya, get the out of here. You're useless without an Arcana. You're just going to be a detriment. But then she kills somebody with one. So how could she... It's possible to do it. So what's the problem? It's like that. It's just like, throw your hands up. What ifs? What if?
It's basically just an additional power.
But then why is she useless?
Because she doesn't have that additional power. She can't stand back 7 feet from somebody and shoot an eye laser for free. It's not like it's taking any energy from him or anything. You could just cut her in half and...
Cole can't either.
Also,
So
I like how...
blasts his knees.
No, but he does have an additional power, though.
But again, it's an additional power that isn't like... It's not like world-shattering to where you just can't do anything about it as a regular person. A gun could have killed some of them.
Yeah. Like, a character that I actually liked that I feel like I saw was getting a little flack. I actually liked Cabal and how he looked. Honestly.
I like Cabal. People think his costume's a little overwrought. I could see it. But I like Cabal. I like his accent for some reason, and I like this character.
Yeah. I'm kind of pissed that he died. A lot of people died.
Yeah.
A lot. There's something else.
Fan favorites dying. See, Natara and Reiko, they could kill them because it's like, get them out of here.
There's something else that I wanted to talk about with this. When we were talking.
Why are you thinking about that? I because they did not establish him and the little girl's relationship, and I'm just like, brother, sister, father, daughter, cousins. What are we doing here? Until the girl came up and was like, "Mommy," I'm like, okay. And then they kiss. I'm like, okay, so that's. Because he had his hand around her arm. I'm like, what are y'all? Y'all never said anything. And he looks very young. I'm like, he's like 23, 24, and she looks about 13. So maybe brother and sister?
Nope.
And then I looked up the lady. She was born in 88. So I'm like, 88. And then I looked up the little girl, and she's 13. So I'm like adding up to that. I'm like, well, this is, because if I was just looking at her, she looks about 25, 27.
Hey, people are looking younger than they are all the time.
Absolutely, but yeah, I think they should have made that a little bit clearer
earlier
on.
Yeah. The other thing that I liked was the first little training thing with Liu Kang and Kano, where they literally like just poked fun at online spammers. Sweep kick.
And people not able to beat them.
Sweep kick. Oh, you jumped? Wait, sweep kick.
Dang, is that the only move you could do, mate? Like,
yeah. I found that that was for the players, and I enjoyed that.
I will say some of the fire effects looked really bad.
Yeah,
Liu Kang's fire effect, and I've said this in my review. Why have CGI fire effects that don't look that great, and then have practical fire when Cabal's on fire? And it's just like, it stands out so much more. I will say, I think they blew all their budget on Sub-Zero. He always looked great.
Yeah. Correct.
When he was just walking up and sending that hailstorm down on everybody. Tremendous stuff there. Sub-Zero was just like, everything for him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't give a shit about the rest of these pieces of shit. Everything over there.
That and just, basically every fight, him versus Hanzo in the 1800s, him versus Jax, and then him versus Cole and Scorpion at the end. Awesome. And just like you were saying, like,
oh, go ahead.
I was like, and just like how you were saying, like you wish they lingered on some of the fights. Like those were the fights that they lingered on, and they got creative with them. Like Sub-Zero stabbing Scorpion, blood coming out, him freezing the blood and stabbing him again. Like that shit was great.
Cool as
yeah.
Less fights and better fights.
Yes, better fights, less fights, absolutely. Cut out some of that siege stuff on the training ground and extend some of that end fight stuff. I think it would have been a much better movie.
Mm-hmm.
I will say, some of the action editing was very bad.
Yeah,
there were so many cuts at some points where it's just like hit, cut, hit, cut, hit, cut. I'm just like, ugh.
Which,
what I was
done well, is not necessarily a bad thing. It just was not done well.
Here.
Yeah. Like, the Bourne movies are an example of good, but
This is bad.
this is not a Bourne movie.
What I was gonna say was when the mother and daughter were just frozen up against the wall, I'm like, there's no reason why they should be alive.
Hey, I thought they were dead already.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm like, they are long dead. This fight has been going on for a long time. There's no telling how long they've been up there. They are very dead.
And he's punching a wall and stuff. And he's trying to punch him down, and I'm just like,
What's the point?
No, they're dead. Like he's Sub-Zero. He instantly froze them. Their bodies are through.
Eh.
Yeah,
That's all you can
Just
say.
every defense of the movie. Eh.
well,
And then,
it's a video game movie. Are you expecting more?
when
Dude.
Hanzo,
Go ahead. Wait. Okay. Go ahead.
at the very end, when Hanzo was just like, you must protect my bloodline. You freed me. Goodbye. I wanted Cole to just go, did anybody understand that? I don't speak Japanese.
Because he clearly doesn't. Because they make an instance in the beginning where it's just like,
I don't speak your language,
but
I'm
I
about
know.
to f you up.
I know you gonna get these hands eventually. One of these days, yo.
And the thing is, too, he apparently knows English. At least 3 words.
Get over here.
Yeah.
And it's clear that Sub knows Japanese because he asked where's Hanzo.
Mm-hmm.
So he at least knows some of it.
Now he was speaking coherently to the boy and the wife, like full sentences. So he was
No,
fluent.
he was speaking in Chinese to them. and
No.
then
He's also
switched over.
speaking, he
He was-
spoke Japanese as well.
No, he switched over to Japanese when he asked where's Hanzo.
No,
Yes,
he
he said a couple of lines in Japanese.
Okay.
yes he did. Yeah.
So yeah, why did he go Chinese against Scorpion? It's just like, I don't know what you saying.
This is like I am superior here in every way. Knowledge, skills. Fuck you! I don't understand. Fight.
Hands, fight, get
Stab.
over here.
Yeah, the thing that I was gonna mention was, and I've just been seeing people go back and forth, and granted, I haven't seen this movie. I've just seen snippets of this movie, and it's all I need to see. How do people think Annihilation is better?
You've never seen Annihilation?
Nope.
Michael,
Oh, that's bad movie day.
it's without a doubt
I'd be down with
one
that.
of the most laughably bad things I've ever seen in my life.
It's quite terrible.
I've seen the clips, the notable
No.
clips.
You haven't seen it? No, those aren't all the notable clips. Those are just the most notable clips.
Sure. But yes.
Michael, yeah, this is a bad movie day movie. Absolutely.
So yeah.
The fate of the universe will be decided as it should be. In Now I'm telling you right now, if you take what I just said and match it time for time, second to second to what was said on screen, I guarantee you I am not a millisecond off of what I said. Neither is BG.
It is terrible.
But no, it's better.
Jade fighting Luke
I
Cage
will-
because
I
he
will.
turns her down for sex, and then it's just like, oh, she betrayed us. All right, she did.
I will never forget that line.
Dude, it's one of
It's
my
one of
favorite.
the best.
I will never forget that. I will never forget. I can feel. I will never forget that.
You know what? So I would also
Get down, Sonya. Snap.
I want to watch
Katana, you win. I cannot hear Katana without hearing immediately in my mind, you wish.
Katana, you would. I got everything I need right here.
this. Another movie I would like to watch for Bad Movie Night, just because I feel like you guys like verbatim quoting that just made me think of something else. I've also never seen the Street Fighter movie.
The Street
Jean-
Fighter movie is unbelievably bad, but it has one of my I laughed so hard at this very one line. It is Zangief is played off as a big dumb guy, and there's a truck coming towards them, They're looking like at a TV in front of them, but that TV is displaying what's in front of them as well. So a truck is coming toward them, and a truck is coming towards them on the TV, and he goes, "Quick, change the channel." And they all just look at him like, "The."
Street Fighter is not good, bad, but it's also so bad it's good. Annihilation is almost without merit.
Okay.
There are probably 3 good things to say about that movie.
All right.
It was one of the first appearances as a
Now, is this
stuntman
a
for
3
Ray
good
Park.
thing? Is this a 3 good things DA has to say about Boruto, where he couldn't name 3, or is this actually 3?
No. Oh, no,
I could probably
Boruto.
come up with actually 3 things.
Okay. Oh, we're gonna talk about Boruto here in a second. I'm just gonna blast through the rest of this new stuff because most of it won't talk about too much. Okay. Falcon the Winter Soldier ended. Cap 4 in the works. I see a lot of hate for the show, and I don't know why.
There
People
was
being
an
mad at the
episode that focused on, being a black man.
yeah,
such and
the
such, and people were
wokeness.
like,
Well, okay,
Yeah.
there isn't any legitimate reasons that I can see to
There
be
you
mad
go.
about. The Cap outfit looks fucking great. I was like, the only thing that I could even like knock on it was it looked like it was kind of bulky to fight in. It looked like Sam didn't have a lot of freedom of movement as much as he did with the old costume. So that was like one of the only things where I'm like, okay, that's a point. But to me, new costume looks fucking awesome. And now that the show's finished, Cap 4 is in the works. Which no surprise. Shang-Chi trailer looks pretty good.
Looks pretty good.
I don't know what this is going to be doing. Because I've never heard of Shang-Chi, and I'm like, I've at least heard of Thor, so that was something, but I'm like, I've got nothing. What is this going to connect to?
Well, I mean, people didn't really know about the Guardians either before they came out.
And I would have preferred not.
Well, I know you. But
the Guardians, absent of them together, are pretty okay.
I'm just saying, like, in terms
I
of
like Gamora.
being unknown, the Guardians were
Yeah.
very unknown before their movie.
But at least
So-
you can go because they are very happy-go-lucky people with varying bouncing off of personalities. This
It's
just
very
seems like,
quick and easy to get attached to them.
yeah, this just seems like very stoic. Seems almost kind of like Iron Fist. I don't, like I said, I don't know. I'm just saying, based upon that trailer, it just seems like a very stoic, I'm martial arts man, and we're gonna fight,
Yeah, I mean, it's
And
going
we're
to tie a lot
martial
into
arts.
man.
it's going to tie a lot into previous movies just because Ten Rings has been there since Iron Man, the very first Iron Man. So there's that. Spidey movies are actually going to be coming to Disney Plus now. Sony and Disney reached a deal where after the theatrical run, it's going to go to Netflix for a timed exclusivity, and then they will come to Disney Plus.
Bruh, Sony making bank off Spidey
Yeah.
films.
Dude,
It's
like,
just like, all right, we gonna multi-billion you, and then after 45 days, you also can get it for a fee.
yeah, exactly.
Like, Jesus Christ.
They were going to walk away. You remember that? They were going to walk away.
Dude, negotiations are done, y'all. We'll keep it going for ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget the Sinister Six was set up in The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Mm-hmm.
Here they are. You see these wings? You see these arms? Huh? Huh?
Also,
Come on, people.
there's a rumor we're getting a Venom trailer this week.
Ooh.
Yeah. Give
There
me
will
McCartney.
be-
The only thing that I care about is that wig. And
They
that
changed the
accent.
wig.
I am disappointed. You
It
had
looks-
a good thing going.
It looks very like close cropped on the sides and then like leaning forward. Kind of what you would expect Mike to be right now.
Cowards. Darn cowards.
I don't think that's what they are.
Now, would you accept it if Carnage had that hair when he's transformed?
There it is.
Oh boy. Devil Ronald. All right. Russell Crowe is playing Zeus in Thor: Love and Thunder, so they are bringing in the Greek pantheon to Marvel.
Oh, that's cool. I mean, it's cool for the people that care. I don't.
Most people were complaining that like just Russell Crowe's fat right now, so they're like, "Whoa, why are you gonna play
Do they
that?"
think Zeus is gonna be this super muscular? He's sitting up there eating grapes for life.
Yeah. So, and we've seen what Marvel can do with making people look different, so I'm not overly concerned.
You really want that wig,
They
yo?
are cowards, and I do not respect them.
Oh boy. Dave Bautista
That's
has
natural hair.
I don't care. You put that man in a carrot top wig. You have him flop about.
Dave Bautista basically walked into Warner Brothers and just told them that he's playing Bane next, which I just find
Wait,
hilarious.
Sir, who are you?
We're not even cast.
Like,
we're-
please get out of here.
We're-
All right, but you gotta keep me on that list. Where there's no plans at all.
Yeah, but
Nothing.
I'm playing him.
All right, but once I hear Batman and then I hear the next thing, better hear Batista.
You will be receiving 18 emails. Keaton is official.
I think he would make a good. I think he would.
I think he would.
Bane.
I think he would too.
He's not Spanish, so people would get that. But he's ethnic enough that people would just go, whatever.
I mean, neither was.
Hardy.
Yeah. I didn't realize this was a Spanish accent.
I don't know where he was from.
I miss Bane.
The darkness, I guess.
Do you like my darkness accent? Sir,
I
that
guess
could
I
be
do.
that could be that sounds
That could
racially
be-
charged.
I'm gonna file a complaint with HR, sir.
You think HR
See, my mind instantly went to Harley Quinn, and him just going like, "Don't! I need to be here. I need this job."
It's insane
I-
how good.
I
Bane
did
is.
start watching that finally.
Where are you?
3 episodes in? The bar mitzvah? I think it was the bar mitzvah.
Yeah,
No. It was the villain counselor dude, where she
gotcha.
forms her team.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Just get to Bane because Bane.
I mean,
is
Bane's already been in it. He was
Okay,
at the bar
good.
mitzvah.
Because it is every line is a banger. I die because that is exactly what I want. That is my exact brand of humor. That is just pick on this giant dude and he's just taking it and he's doing the Bane voice and it is just constantly and I am laughing. I told BG at one point he is presumed dead. I was just like, they better not kill him or I'm done with this show.
Let's see. We got Keaton is actually officially returning as Batman. I'm guessing he's I feel like they've been holding off production of this movie until he signed on because they know he's a big draw.
Yeah.
And he's been waiting for COVID vaccine, so I bet you Warner's just been like, go get vaccinated. All crew, do it. We need him.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be interesting. I've been looking forward to an old Batman portrayal.
Yeah.
This is the old Batman. So
Oh, yeah.
That's a good thing.
I would love if they brought in Batman Beyond to this.
Yeah.
That would be.
I
that
doubt
would
it
be-
happens, but I would love if they did that.
I would like that a lot.
You can't even really do like Keaton, not Keaton. You can't really do George Clooney because George Clooney he still looks pretty good. He looks fairly young. You got Keaton.
He looks
a
too.
old,
He's
grizzled-
too handsome.
Yes, you got this old ugly Keaton. Just like, what do you want?
Looking beat down.
Yeah.
He looked like the way you think Batman would look in his 60s. Just
Yeah.
like, you've got nothing left.
Like you remember.
But when push comes to shove, he got one more good left one in him. Just like bam.
Like just you. I go to Birdman / Oh wow, he literally.
Vulture.
Well, no, he did the like superhero parody movie, wasn't it? That guy,
Oh,
it was
yeah.
Birdman, wasn't that what it was called?
Yeah.
So that's the epiphany I just had. I'm like, wow, he went from Birdman to Vulture. That in the comic world, and I'm curious, I don't know if you're keeping up with modern comics, BG, but the mantle of Superman is being passed.
Yeah, I saw that. I poke my head in every now and then, but it's so hard because when you get invested in something, it's just like, but in 2.5 years, it's not. It's gonna matter so much less because it's just gonna be like, okay,
Rewrite.
this is the reboot.
Yeah, I can get that. Let's
So
see.
I mostly just read like the higher end like events.
Yeah.
Not crossover events necessarily, but just like, hey, this is a good arc, so this is what you should read, and I'll read that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we got in video game stuff. Near Replicant is out. The prequel / remake of the remake of the prequel of Nier Automata. Have you started playing that, DA?
No, I have not. Dude, I just quit my job on Friday. And I just got 4 teeth pulled on Friday. I'm like, I don't want to experience a new story that I gotta pay attention to. So I'm just gonna shoot my way through Borderlands while I'm watching
For the
Fairy Tail.
98th time.
Jesus Christ.
I've just explained my reasons. Why are those not valid reasons?
Sure, the game is
Okay,
the
thank
only issue.
What would
That
you prefer?
specific
What would
game.
you prefer?
Like,
Exactly.
A
I
replay
would've-
of Danganronpa?
I was
Smash.
thinking that.
Like, hey, I'm just gonna play Smash for 4 days in a row.
Nope, because then I'd get angry
Yeah,
at
you'd be
Samus
too
and
up.
stuff like that.
You gotta
Plus-
do low pressure, just like
Yeah.
I can lie down. If
I'm-
I die, whatever.
I'm loopy with pills, so I'm just like, oh, I'm dropping all these Isabel combos. I'm fading. I'm getting dizzy.
Isabel has combos. I'm kidding.
How dare?
Before we hopped on to call BG, I was playing Smash and I literally ran into like every range annoying character in the game in a row. I went from a Banjo to a Richter to a Young
See?
Link.
And I don't need that. If I'm already in pain, I'm like, I don't need it on 2 fronts.
But anyways, Nier Replicant's out. Started playing it. It's returned back to that style of game. Already has me asking questions about the world. It's my good game food, so I'm enjoying it. And then next week is new Pokemon Snap. Next Friday, this coming Friday, I should say. There's a lot of good stuff on the horizon right now for games.
Also, Returnal coming out soon.
Oh yes, Time Junk.
While we're also on video games, my favorite YouTuber of all time, Dark Side Phil,
Oh boy,
was unpartnered on Twitch. Clap, clap, clap.
wow.
Dude, he's going through it.
How-
It was just like instantly
What-
toxic.
What leads you to getting unpartnered?
Now, this is the point of contention. It's very hard to say exactly what, because he's not telling anybody, even though people believe he knows what he did. He did dox one of his viewers, and then that viewer submitted a ticket to Twitch, but that was weeks ago. And if it was about doxing, he would probably be banned, not unpartnered. So I don't think that's it. The biggest point right now that people are going for is that there's an exclusivity clause for partners where it's just like for hours you cannot restream, rebroadcast, upload it nowhere else for 24 hours. And for years, he's not had archives on Twitch and just instantly uploaded those things to YouTube.
Ah.
So he's been breaking his 24-hour for years, which is like, that's what people think it is.
I see.
And dude,
That's a
first off, he's a salty man right now. Salty man right now. 2, his fans are breaking open them wallets. Somebody yesterday dropped $1,000 on him.
That's
What are y'all doing? And that money instantly went to WWE champions. Instantly. He's a mobile game addict. Stop giving him money.
that's
Dude.
could be going to so many other people and places.
And that's the saddest part. There's so many people on Twitch that you could give what 50 streamers to $20,
Mm-hmm.
and they would appreciate it way more than Phil did with that 1,000. It was basically like, oh, thanks for the tip. This is gonna help a lot. You know, this is gonna help me in the short term. But
That's how I feel about VTubers. There's one in particular that is just like she's number one super chatted in the world right now, and she's only been active for roughly a year. She's like in the millions, and people are still just donating to her. She gets like $7,000-8,000 per stream, and then there's other people who I really really like who are getting less than 100. And I'm like, why not just come on now?
spread the love.
Yeah.
So,
And
yeah,
it's like some of these people, like, I would really like to know what some of these subscribers do. Just because
some of them, I can tell you right now, some of Phil's are confirmed people that just get money from the government. They've got injuries or health problems or mental issues or what have you, and they get a check from the government, and a lot of it just goes right into Phil's pocket.
Okay, just like another, and this isn't a person I would say like, you know, oh, totally undeserved or whatever. Like, but you go onto one of Hungry Box's streams, and there's these people that just keep dropping and dropping and dropping subs. Today, I saw some people drop like almost $1,000 in subs, tier 3 subs. I'm just like, where
And why?
Yeah.
You could get you a nice chair for that.
Whose dick do I gotta suck to to get that kind of money?
We can't get affiliate in these months getting
Like-
1,000 in sub bombs.
Like I know, like Hungry Box, that won't work. He's gonna keep that money. Like, so yeah, just insanity. But yeah, God, where was? I don't even know where that tangent even started. It
Video
started with Dark
games.
Side Phil. Last few tidbits of news. Tales of Arise, which DA and I are big fans of the Tales of RPG series, actually has a release date now. Kind of like we hadn't heard anything in almost a year, I want to say.
Mm-hmm.
And September 30th, I think that was the date. It's in September.
Something like that.
I know that much. Got that.
Very excited. It looks good.
Yes.
It looks good. I always judge how interested I am in a JRPG by how silly the clothes looks. And they look pretty silly.
What a metric.
It's almost like I'm an insane person.
Almost. KOTOR remake is officially in the works now, which, yes.
Oh, finally I can actually play it.
So now here's the question. If it is the same gameplay style where it's like the pseudo turn-based.
Oh, that's not the problem. I'm very anti mouse and keyboard for RPGs.
I mean, you can play it on a controller.
No, you can't. Not KOTOR. You can for 2, but not 1.
Really?
Yeah, you need to download a program like Remap and do all these settings, and it's a lot of work. And even then, it's just still kind of finicky.
Okay. Yeah, the only thing you'd have to get it on a console in order to play it
Yep.
with a controller. I see.
And that would be Xbox. I would have to get it on Xbox
Yes.
360 or something.
What was?
So yeah, no.
I remember a long ass time ago. Was it KOTOR? No, I think that was Jedi Outcast. There was I had rented either KOTOR or Jedi Outcast, and like started playing it. Would save the. I think it was either I'd attempt to save the game or save it and then quit. Start the game back up. No, it was every time I saved, it crashed. That's right. Started back up, saves would be gone. And I'm like, okay, that seems weird. So I went to the video game store. I'm like, hey, seems like the disc is busted. It's like, oh, we'll clean it, and you'll get another 7 days with it. I'm like, okay, cool. Clean it, bring it back. Same issues. I'm like, well, that's just weird. After twice getting it cleaned and restarting the game at least like 5 times, I finally am like, why don't I just like delete the load data from this? I had a corrupted save for like 2 weeks that save wouldn't let me save. It was just really fucking weird and odd. Old stuff that you wouldn't find in current gen consoles nowadays.
Yeah. And I just got no patience for all those settings, so I'm just like,
yeah. And then and that's the game stuff. Discord is choosing not to be bought. They're going to remain independent, which I'm actually happy about.
Kinda. It depends on if they go to public. If they go public, I wish they would have just been bought by a company. Public means investors. Investors want constant growth.
But to me, at least, if that is the case, it's still Discord itself's hand on the wheel, and they have been shown to make good decisions. I didn't trust Microsoft.
They've been shown to make good decisions for their users, but if their investors are like, well, you can make those good decisions, but we need money, you might see ads or them pushing certain features for money or whatever.
Yeah. I would trust more. I trusted more going down this path.
Okay. No, I trusted more going down this path than something like Microsoft, but another company,
yeah,
depends on the company.
Yes, all the companies that were in the talks to buying it were not I wasn't happy about.
Not great.
Last little bit of news. So this is one of those beautiful internet moments, like the raid on Area 51, that somebody just did a thing a year ago. This dude on Facebook went and found every single Josh that he could find and made a group message saying, Josh's meted these coordinates at Josh Farms. There we will do battle until only one Josh remains. A year passes, and this meetup actually happens.
Oddly enough.
A whole bunch of Joshes meet at this farm, and it basically ended up being just a giant LARP competition. But it ended up, they did it for charity. They raised, I think, $8,000 for a children's hospital, where the winner, which was a 5-year-old boy named Josh, ended up winning. And I think, like, either he had some kind of medical procedure or something at that hospital that money went towards. It was all around a great thing. There was a dude, so a bunch of them basically just had a whole bunch of, like, pool tubes. But one dude, one Josh, like, wrapped the pull tubes onto 2 power drills. So he had, like, the Thanos double-bladed sword that he could just spin. It was fucking nuts. Have you guys seen any of the stuff?
Yeah, I did.
Dude, this is one of those beautiful internet moments, and I'm happy it's a thing. It happened. Good came out of it. It's just all around awesome.
Everybody walk away.
Yep.
And now it's just like, never try to replicate anything like
Oh
this,
no, somebody
you will get diminishing returns.
Somebody already tried. I saw a thing with Nathan's pop up already.
Don't.
Yep.
It's already happened.
Yep.
It was magic, and let it be magic. and don't try to show me my second card.
Now let's be real here. If this was Mike's, y'all would be outnumbered.
Not terribly though.
We've already talked about this. His name has been.
I got
the
a
most...
bunch of dogs on my side, so what are we doing?
It's just like the meetup is a bunch of dogs, you, your grandpa who's just somehow alive.
Bro, I thought that man would never die.
Oh boy. Wow. Yeah, so the other thing we were going to mention real quick is, so BG finished Boruto.
Oh, why would you say this by going, we're going to mention real quick?
Because
Yeah.
there's not too much to talk about with Boruto. It's a pretty middling series. You know, you got some ups and some downs. and
Here's the character.
some all arounds.
I could almost hear the switch flip.
It's like you can hear the smile on his face. Now, Mike and I were talking about this before the cast started.
Mm-hmm.
Sooner or later, and probably sooner rather than later,
Don't say something you're gonna regret.
we're gonna have to reevaluate our shonen list.
Absolutely, I already told you that. We already got some big shakeups. With the fact that you watched, I mean, you got Samurai 8. We got My Hero stinking up the joint.
Thinking it up. I will fight you. Physically fight you for Boruto being the worst.
We will have this showdown because I will be steadfast in my belief of Super.
I don't see how you can
We
be.
will have to do this because it will go on as long as it needs to. As many references.
I just
I
don't.
was saying this to Mike earlier before the cast started. We were talking about arcs. Boruto is basically one large arc.
Yes.
So it's like there's no
breaks.
There's
no
no-
stops. There's no restarts.
There's no checkpoints, is what I said. Where it's just like, it's all just one continuous long running story that sucks.
You can't even be like, oh man, I'm not really feeling this villain. Can't wait for him to leave. It's like, no, he's still here.
No, that's just one of the villains. And then, did you read the latest chapter?
Yes.
And
This-
you still
This girl wakes up and it's just like, I can see everybody in the world and their past. And then everybody around me just falls in love with me so they can't hurt me.
Totality is a big problem in certain shonens. The very last arc of Fairy Tail has a big problem with any and all and every. I do not like these words in shonen because it breaks so much.
And yet, here we are in Boruto.
And here we are in Boruto.
So, the thing I was trying to say before is I seriously can't understand how you can put Super above Boruto with how much you love Beerus.
Absolutely.
Is
Like-
there even a character you like in Boruto?
Are we talking about?
That's a definite
Now
answer.
introduced in Boruto, not coming from Naruto and being there and being kinda aight.
Yeah,
Do
Beer-
you like a character from Boruto? Like, I didn't say love, like.
Sarada from
No!
the waist up.
No!
God. From the waist
No!
up. Framed correctly is fine.
You can't! It's not possible! What did she do?
It doesn't matter what
What
she did.
do you like about her?
I like characters who are just very stoic in there. I'm going to do. I don't do.
Exactly, you don't!
No,
That's the point!
no,
That is the point!
No, here's the thing. Number one, I have not read Boruto in a very long time.
I don't care!
Can I continue what I'm
Have
saying?
you read?
Number
When's the
two.
last time you read Super?
Number 2, these characters don't stick with me very well because they're not all very good characters. I'm speaking of
So
within
that
the
means
aspect of Boruto. Can I please continue? Number 3, I am very,
Can I stop
very
you right-
lethargic right now. My mind is not working in the gears that it should be.
Okay, can I stop you right there, then? Could you name a lot of the characters in the first tournament arc of Super?
Are you talking about the team, whatever?
Yeah.
The-
Are you talking about
The one with
names? Are you talking about names or their attributes?
Can you give me 2 names
Hit and Kappa? But that's not
besides
fair.
those 2?
Frost.
Big robot dude,
I know.
big yellow dude.
Yeah, I know. That's not fair. There's only 2 of them.
Okay.
It was Monaka the little nipple dude.
Yes, it was.
Yes, he was.
Okay, man.
Oh, you hated him,
Okay.
but you remember him.
Yeah.
You remember things about him.
Magetta
I
is
asked you
the
why you like
middleman.
Sarada, and you went the character, the only character I can name that I like.
But again,
I can't tell you anything
Can't-
except that she's horrible
we're
from the
gonna
waist
have to do
down.
this. We're gonna have to do this another time because my mind isn't working the way that it should be. I understand.
Yeah,
what
run
you're
away.
saying. I am. No, this is a tactical retreat, sir. This is all this is. I cannot win right now, so I will come back stronger next time.
He is Batmaning this argument.
This is-
I need my prep time.
I'll tell you right now.
I can win
There
any
is-
argument.
There is no character that is good. There might be 3 characters worth liking, but there is not a single character that is good.
I can only think
But-
of one. And that's
But
Boruto. And I don't even remember her name. And that's Boruto's little sister.
Hinimura.
She's fun. But she's barely
here's-
in the manga. So
here's the problem with Boruto versus Super. I believe that Boruto is like a flat. If we're going like, if we're going in terms of revisit it, it's like a flat -7 constantly.
What?
It never
Oh,
just. It is
Dude.
very consistent. It is terrible.
You were about to utter.
down. Of course it goes down, but it always comes back to the -7.
I don't think so.
Super breaking
okay,
through
okay,
its
can I-
limits and stuff.
Can I stop you right there, then? Has the last 5 chapters been a -7 of Boruto?
No. But this isn't
Then
fair.
how does it come
No,
back
but
to
dude,
being a
this-
-7?
No, yeah, it's gonna come back.
When?
But I'm talking about like
I-
if you're
When was
talking
the
about
last time it was a -7?
like right before the whole now they're fighting in the field, like right when he did the pain, I'm attacking the village thing. That was around the time where it was the last time it was a -7. Because that was like right after the fight where it was the kids versus the
Bro, that's
the
like
moon
16,
people.
17 chapters ago.
And that's
That's
a
not
month.
too
So
bad.
that's 2 years.
But okay, but then there was a lot of just nothing chapters. But then you got your really bad, oh, this is my eating my life form away, chakra mode thing. But there was just a lot of whatever.
Are we forgetting Naruto's form?
Are we?
No,
Oh, I thought we were.
no.
The form.
Hey,
Are we comparing forms, sir?
The air quotes.
there's no
arc,
form in Super worse. And I defy you to name me one.
What did I
World's
walk into?
Big head planet form.
Nope.
Are you serious?
I am completely serious. Absolutely not.
Dude.
It is not worse.
What? Hold. I just walked into this. What's going on?
DA is still arguing that BG is caught up in Boruto, and we are proving DA wrong on why he thinks Super is still worse than Boruto.
Also, why do you sound like you're in a tunnel, Mike?
New mixer.
He has a new mixer.
Oh, dude, you're not working at all.
He's fine for us.
Oh, dude, he's underwater for me.
He just sounds bassy for us. DA. We will do this.
Yeah, this is going to be a very unfortunate battle because We are both coming with a lot of ammunition, and I do not believe that either one of us will yield. This is going to be a hard two walls fighting. There might even have to be like, okay, this is your list, this is my list, because this is going to be a very, very difficult.
I just
Because
again,
in the newest Dragon Ball chapter,
Dude, yes.
where they just go, oh, the Dragon Balls over there, they don't turn to stone, so we can just keep wishing forever. Oh, really? That's very interesting. Why not? Oh, who cares? Oh, let's go to this dude and we can ask whatever question we want and they'll just answer it. Hey Goku, come on over here so we can fight this dude. This dude is evil and he's threatening
We'll
our
pay
planet
you.
or whatever, and we'll pay you. Hey Goku, don't you have the ability to read minds in an instant?
Hey Goku, don't you have the ability to teleport to the location?
Hey Goku, don't you have the ability to sense feelings? These are problems.
I will say this: Super may be more inconsistent, but Boruto is a consistent -10 with dips of -7. And that,
Yes.
and you're going, it always goes back to -7. Absolutely. Those are the dips. But for the most part, -10.
for me, it's a valley that just keeps getting deeper with like plateaus in the valley. So like it started out, I'm like, oh, this is bad. There's that. Then the first dip happened, and then it leveled out at that level. But then another dip happened, and it is just boring into the crater of the earth.
Nah, that's fine.
I've never, it has not gone up for me.
Yeah.
Or at least I could still get some enjoyment out of Super via Beerus and some of the fights.
Legit. How do they beat this woman in Boruto?
They bleach it.
Because I've got no answer for you. I've got none.
They bleach it.
At
That's
least
the
for
only
Goku
way.
and Vegeta, I've seen them try to train, and it's gonna be, oh, we got it at the last second. Okay, cool. I've got nothing for you for Boruto.
Bad mangaka find a way, because in the very last arc of Fairy Tail, there is a guy who can from miles away induce.
Can I stop you from there? From the beginning, Fairy Tail was bad. When there's a dude sitting there going, I can see every spell you do and copy it, and Gray just go, yeah, but I'm still gonna win.
And this argument
And you know
of
what? You hated it.
This argument of bad mangaka finds a way. That argument has merit if the way is good. It's not going to be good.
No, it's not merit, because Fairy
there is
Tail
no merit.
is full of just, this is not good. The ice dude at the end of Fairy Tail, where it's just like, okay, not only do I have an ice that can freeze your ice, Gray, but I also have this mind magic that can trap your mind and make you do what I want. How are those two connected? Doesn't matter. But how do you defeat me? Well, you just punch me with an ice fist, and I am defeated. It's like, well, okay, great. This is very interesting. Hey, I absorb lightning, so you cannot hurt me. But what about this red lightning? I am defeated. Moving on. That red lightning was never established.
And this is going to be a problem of Boruto. I don't see this so much being a problem for the current arc of Super, because at least we know what they're heading towards.
No, wait.
Because you have, I can see and hear everything. So how did they win?
Jesus Christ! Their whole past! Everybody passed! I've seen it! I can see it! I will see it! I have seen it!
That is so uninteresting.
It's so terrible!
And
Can you see the future too? No, I can't. But I can see everything in the present. Everything!
It is unbelievably
And
uninteresting.
Literally, they set up, it's like, oh, the only people that can't or that won't immediately fall in love with you is protagonist and sub-protagonist. Like, oh, I'm interested in them. Let's go find them. Like, you said yourself, like, you hate plot contrivances and plot conveniences.
I never said that.
Is it? I heard. Did I hear the
enjoy
switch
them?
flip again? Boy, again, with the character that you love, and you are Mr. Character Man, love as much as Beerus. I still don't get it.
Tune in to whenever we do this.
Yeah, we need to
argument.
schedule because reasons. We need to. We also need to schedule the Ruby one. I keep fucking forgetting.
We do.
Okay, so with that, hi Ralph. We're ending the podcast.
That's fine. I walked into a very interesting conversation.
All right, Mr. Fact Man, Mr. Drug Fact Man.
Screw you.
Drug Fact Man?
He is on painkillers.
Oh.
How? Oh, 100 facts about Boruto. Number 1, please. Sure. It is factually worse than Super. In calf, please.
Wow, this list is biased. Who made this? Oh, BG. What?
Fact number 2. See fact number 1.
And that's just every fact after.
You know what's
See
really
previous fact.
You know what's really bad about you thinking that Boruto is worse than Super? You haven't even seen the anime. There's a whole media that you don't that could be worse out there.
I'm not watching it.
When we got the anime and the manga
I
to
don't
pull
care.
from the
There's
Super.
there's a whole thing in the anime where Boruto goes back in time.
Yeah, I saw that where it's just pull from the past, just stretch.
Yeah.
And the worst part is it's just the stuff that happens in the anime for like 100 episodes doesn't matter because it just happens in between the stuff that happens in the manga. So nothing changes.
That's where they
No one
try
really
to
developed.
really define arcs. Oh boy. So do we have any facts or is that our
Yeah,
fact?
just normal facts.
All right. How many?
This is 75.
All right, Mr. Late Man, pick one.
32.
Terrible. Not that one.
2.
I was saying you are terrible because you are.
No, I understood what you meant.
Okay, just making sure because you're a terrible, terrible man. Boruto is legit, dude.
Bluetooth technology was named after a 10th century king, King Harold Bluetooth. He united Denmark and Norway, just like technology united computers and cell phones.
Wow.
Is that true? I do not believe
That is
this.
the lamest thing.
That
I've
sounds
ever heard.
that sounds
Don't believe
completely
this.
wrong.
This is
Unless-
absolutely true.
This
This
sounds like-
gentleman existed.
This sounds like the power of friendship bullshit.
Yeah.
He united it, so we united it.
No, it's real. I didn't even believe it, but
Wow.
You should have just went with Triton's fact.
There are. Ooh. So Triton gave us a fact. There are 38,385 people in the United States with the first name of Josh.
Which that would have been a battle.
Yes, it would have. It's Helm's
Gee,
Deep.
that's a Corona battle. That's what that is.
Oh boy.
I cannot believe the person that came up with Bluetooth went, this king united these two things. That's what I'm naming it.
Sure.
And
That's-
where did
that's
he get that
Brandon.
factoid of history?
He's probably some lame old history buff.
Like, I just can imagine where it's just like, man, this guy's name is stupid. Wait.
Stupid enough to make $1 billion.
All right. With that, thank you everybody for tuning into this episode of the Podcast of Stuff. We will see you next week.
Maybe. Later.
I don't know.